All right, YouTube, AJ Shaver here again. And what I've got going on today, this entire row of, six IBC totes is all bundle wood. So it's just stuff that we're breaking down using the SplitForce, vertical splitter to size down all these really nice pieces, or make all these really nice pieces out of like regular processor grade stuff. So basically what I did, I took baskets of like the bigger stuff, and we used the ditch witch and the rotating pallet forks to flip them into the hopper from SplitForce. And I've got my son on the 1320, and all he's doing is just taking that really big piece and just kind of hitting it maybe twice, three times, to get into some really nice bundle size firewood. So I'm gonna grab the camera. He's already over there working on it. We'll do a quick walk around on what Nathan's doing, and then we'll take the ditch witch and the rotating pallet forks and flip one of the big baskets into the hopper and show you just what we have going on. Let's get going. So I've got Sherman warming up here, and yes, I am working with a local fabrication shop to make the rotating pallet forks here locally. I just was using an out-of-state source, and they missed the last due date by over 5 months. So I'm not going to use them again, and we're just trying to source things locally so I can keep a better pulse on what's going on. So here you can see the bundle wood falling in from the 1320. So there's some of the firewood baskets that we're going to dump into the hopper using the rotating pallet forks. And what Nathan is doing is, to his left, there's an IBC tote, and that's either ugly stuff that we're still working down to size, or it's too long. When I was running some of the Halverson stuff, that last piece might have been a little too long or a little too short. So we're just trying to end up with like the premium grade stuff here in the basket for the bundles. So nice straight pieces. So what we're doing with the 1320 here, we've moved things off of the disk cylinder. We're still utilizing the log lift valve, and we have things tied in here, and this is what runs the hopper itself. So again, you can see everything we have going on. Double drag speed, double drag chain conveyor there in the bottom. So lots of room to get at least one of these, if not both of them, flipped into the SplitForce hopper. By my measurements, it should hold approximately one full cord. Just from how I have things set up here, we're not going to be utilizing the optional grizzly bars because we've already got the pieces that we need here in the basket. That's already kind of sized down, so we're not trying to shake out any sawdust or parking lot debris. Nice big heavy duty frame. Again, this is the prototype model. I'm trying to get Matthew and Jason to make one that's maybe like half the size, because it is kind of big for what we have going on. The ditch witch just about reaches into it. The trick is you have to come up to the table height here, and we do have grizzly bars built in this last 18 inches or so. So we're losing a lot of the little debris down here already, mainly snow coming out. But again, this is just like the short or the ugly pieces that I don't want in the bundles themselves. So much easier to make bundle wood on a vertical splitter than on a horizontal. You can really put the wedge exactly where you want it to make that perfect size piece. He's almost getting as good as his old man. We won't make his head any bigger than what it already is. So again, that's the inside of the hopper. I'm gonna go grab Sherman and flip these baskets in, so Nathan's got some more production wood to do. yes, it's hard to believe that the ditch witch has a higher pin height for dumping than the Toolcat does, but yeah, it does it pretty well. I think it's better to pick up the totes widthwise, like where it's wider left to right than front to back. It seems to make just a little bit of a difference on the ditch witch. I mean, the Toolcat and other things really don't care, but the ditch witch definitely does. But there you have 2 bins plus some already in the hopper. And that's what we have going on. All right, so like I said earlier, I know everyone's mad at me over these rotating forks and them not being available, but I just refuse to use anybody that can't hit a deadline. I mean, I understand a couple of weeks and extraordinary circumstances, but they missed it by 5 months. They were supposed to be here in the beginning of August. I just got in the last batch before Christmas, so do the math, it is what it is. So I'm trying to work with a local fabrication company that a buddy of mine runs, and he has a set, and so they're going back through to make sure that they can build them and get me an accurate quote. So once I get that from him, then we'll move forward on getting things ordered here for 2026. But anyway, this video wasn't about the forks. It was about the hopper feeder from SplitForce and the 1320, the vertical splitters for making the really nice bundle wood. So again, this one's the prototype. We have a couple of changes that we're making to it for this 2026 season. Probably half as height. Get rid of this little front piece sticking out the front. That's where the adjustments are for the double drag chain. We can put all that stuff underneath it. That'll shorten up the whole thing. Again, make it half as high so it's easier to dump into with smaller units. And then the SplitForce vertical splitters are anything from low-speed towable, high-speed towable with the extra wide table. That's the SF9 and the SF9 XL. Then we get into your self-propelled unit, no conveyor, self-propelled with the little side conveyor coming off, perfect for filling IBC totes. Lots of videos of that out there running. And then we get into the 1116, the 1316 with all of its upgrades like an oil cooler, and then into this 1320 that you see running behind me. We can do a 24-inch cylinder. I always like doing the reversible conveyor. It's so much easier just, excuse me, I'm dealing with the cold. Yummy. The reversible conveyor, because if something gets stuck, it's just easier to hit that lever and watch the conveyor go backwards to get that out of it. The log lift, the electric start, LED lights, reversible conveyor, Teflon pads, oil cooler, what else do we do? And then a whole myriad of different colors. I think the only upgrades that we have as far as the colors go would be like your red or your orange, just because it requires, a little bit more expensive paint, but like your gray, black, blue, green, are all regular standard everyday pricing, no increase. So definitely reach out to me, 833-SPLITTER. It's 833-775-4887. You can also email me at sales@shaverequipment.com. We are going to see about a 3% price increase on the SplitForce stuff. So if you reach out to me and I get you a quote before that hits, we'll honor the 2025 pricing. I was just talking with Matt and Jason there at the factory, and that's what they're going to tack on to the 2026 stuff is 3%. So definitely give me a phone call, shoot me an email. Would love to talk to you in person and figure out which specific piece of equipment that we have would work the best in your wood yard. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button here on the channel so you can stay up to date on everything we have going on. And we'll see you next time. And remember, I'm always working hard to be lazy.